Okay, we are recording. I know that's hella bootleg. Hey, but it is what it is. We real organic with this thing. This Mac TV, music, art, culture, knowledge podcast. Our first episode with the homie, the man, the physicist, the $6 million man.
I appreciate it, man. I really don't have much to say, I guess, right now.
I feel you.
Because I'm not sure, exactly where we want to go with this.
We're going everywhere. Let's see. How do you feel about social media? Like, do you think that it's... I think it's the best, worst thing. But what are your thoughts on social media as it connects with just the current social climate?
Whew, that's a good question. I feel like it was one of the things when it first came out that I thought it could probably be like a savior of people, connect people.
Okay.
Be able to get people to see each other in a different light. But it's kind of devolved a little bit.
In what sense?
It's a little adolescent. It's
okay.
fun. It's fun to be on. It's funny. Not many people take it too serious, which is a good thing. But some people still leave their emotions,
right.
on there also, which can be,
dangerous.
All types of everything, But in general, I think it's been, like I said, devolved. It's a fun place, but it's not. It hasn't grown to what it could be.
Okay.
What it could be.
I mean, I guess my thing is, I think the beauty of not only social media but just the internet in general is just again the connectivity. Anything you want, you literally can find it. That can be good or bad, considering the context of your search, I guess. But I think the way I use social media, I have people on my page that are atheists. I have people on my page that are LGBTQ activists. People who are racist don't realize they're racist. The black consciousness, just the whole spectrum. I like to have like a wide variety of just perspectives and outlooks, because I feel like the more I can kind of create a synthesis.
I got what you're saying.
And understanding of things when I see so many different perspectives.
Gotcha.
So I would argue that my page, because a lot of people, I think their social media is like an echo chamber. Everybody that they follow is of the same paradigm as them. Whereas me, I like hearing everybody's perspective, and again, trying to find this synthesis between it all.
Yeah, that's cool.
But
like I said, the way social media can be used, in the way that it is used, I don't think it's being used to its full potential. And I also think, at least for a lot of the big ones, it's corporate control now. It's not as organic as it was when it first came out, where people kind of just came together and organically made these things. These are things ran by like
corporations.
Yeah, by people who are designed
engineering
this type of stuff. So it's an interesting world, because I remember growing up in it, and then now I'm seeing the kids growing up in it. Like I grew up seeing it come about and kind of being involved in it. And now seeing kids, that's all they know. All they know is this computer, digital world, called social media and apps and things like that.
Right.
And and now that we know, and it's like almost like our peers are the ones who are holding the next generation's hostage. Yeah, because now we're the not the old men, but we the guys who are trying to go to upper management. We trying to we are sustaining this craziness in a funny way like that. So because the kids don't understand the architecture, they just hit the buttons. Us are like, man, we want to make some apps. We want to be this and that. We trying to innovate, because we know that it's more of a tool than the actual reality in the world. And I'm not sure how that's affecting the kids. Like, do they understand that sort of like viewpoint, because they seen it from day one,
Yeah, that's their ultimate point of reference. So yeah, I think due to the fact that we've been around a little bit longer, we've seen pre-social media. A lot of these kids aren't privy to that. So.
Right. And you talk about information. You want to see it from different perspectives. I guess that's a tough one for me also, because I think it's good to see and look from a lot of different perspectives, but Then it gets to the point to where for me, like I said, I'm not a physicist, but I did study physics. Is then I want to get to some type of...
You're a physicist. He's a physicist.
All right, but I just want to get to some definite point, you know, where we can start at. You know what I'm saying? Okay, we're going to say something is moral, because once you get the perspective, it's like, where are we going to use with it? Where we going to go? Are we going this together? Are we still going as like groups of people? Or, you know, what?
Right.
What's, you know...
What's the end game?
Yeah. How we going to use this to bet? Are we betting ourselves? Or are we betting individual or us? Right. So that's what social media is open. Is that, like you said, it's so many ways to view this thing. You know, it's like you said, it's good and bad. Like right. Really,
the duality.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I guess at least one thing that's negative about it is I think you have. I think there were some psychiatrists saying that there are like these new psychological disorders that have spawned from social media.
I can believe it.
And even beyond that, there are certain mental health disorders or what have you that are accentuated and amplified because of social media, like narcissistic personality disorder.
I can see that.
You know, I mean
that you know that bullying stuff too, internet bullying.
Yeah.
I never understood the whole concept of these kids are really like on these apps. If somebody would get you in an unfavorable moment, or call you this or call you that, you know, they got that thing on the internet with anybody and everybody. It's so, like I said, it's it's an interesting, to me, social media, like I said, it's adolescent in terms of like how we use it.
Right.
But it can be used in
so many different ways, either good or bad, huh?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. But you know, who's controlling it? That's what everybody at the end game want to know. Mm-hmm. And if the person that controls it benevolent or malevolent, like which one is it?
Right. And then even that's subjective.
It's very subjective, because some moves you got to make may make one person hate you and make the other side like you, and vice versa. So it's you know, do you or should you care what another person thinks, or should we have some type of middle set constitution or some shit, you know, something for us, you know? So
right. Well, you know what? Speaking of morality, let me go there. When I was at Georgia State, I took a course in ethics. And like people were literally crying in this class. Like what they gave us different scenarios. Like one scenario was like if your mom is on, if you have the button that you can push.
Oh yeah, I think I took something like that similar.
Yeah, and like if there's a train,
because it was like 5 people on this track.
Yeah, and then your mom is on.
At first, it started off with just somebody, 1 versus 5.
Right.
And most people say, okay, we let the one person go because you know one for the the many for the one type thing. But they say, what if that one person your mama?
That changed the whole dynamic.
Who's the other 5 people? They were like, no, that's real though. I mean, yeah, because I think it upgraded to it was your mom now is a senator, a person who does cancer research, you know, just all types of stuff. You like, but people like, man, that's my mom. She birthed me. She fed me. You know, them. Is it documented they did this? The train is coming.
Right.
But no, that's some real stuff.
But people were like saying, basically, fuck them 5 other people. Like, I need my mama here, and I can understand that. But then you had some people who, it's just crazy how the mind works. Like this is not even real. This is just hypothetical. And people were crying like, oh my God, I just killed my mama. And I'm like, no, you didn't.
I mean, in thought. I mean, because the good thing about philosophy classes and psychology classes is that it really puts you into like, you know, a lot of people love to say what they gonna do, what they would do. Right. But then when it actually comes down to it, you learn things about yourself that maybe you didn't know.
Didn't realize.
Because to know something is its own philosophy. You know,
that's real.
You know, because when people think there's nothing else to learn, they think their way is the way. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
In these classes.
Say that one more time, bro.
Well,
when they think there's nothing else to learn, they think their way is the way.
They think their way is the way. Absolutely, you got to, because I mean, if you're of good spirits and you know have confidence, then yeah, of course, even if you really don't have the information, you're gonna feel good about, hey, this is how I'm gonna approach the situation.
But you know what, I'm I'm big into philosophy, different schools of thought. I would say the thing that keeps me humble is I think Karl Marx has a theory called dialectical materialism, where it's basically everything in life is in a perpetual flux and evolutionary stage. So information we may have now could be totally antiquated, worth nothing, or of little consequences 10 years from now. Okay. So that's why I'm very So I stand on what I stand on certain principles, but I'm also open to the fact like there may be something I need to learn and unlearn.
I got what you're saying.
Nothing. It's not just a straight shot.
So that in itself is, like I said, to me it's a philosophy. Is if you can know, if knowing is something you can do. Because if you're saying that things can actually evolve and move to more understanding or better understanding or worse understanding, however it evolves itself, it's more information to take in. It could be a sliding scale. Okay, I get it. Right. But once again, from my physical point of view, I always like to can we tie it down? Even if we tie it down to philosophy.
Oh, you good.
Even if we tie it to philosophy, I guess for me, I want to tie it to something that's workable. Okay. Something that when we talk to each other and when we converse with each other, in the end of the day, we get some type of plan or the philosophies that we come across that helps us move forward in some manner. Right.
So what? I mean, because honestly, what good is information if we're not propelling society forward?
Well, I mean, that's also philosophy because who's to say that this is propelling society forward? True. A lot of information doesn't necessarily mean it's good information. It's misinformation, disinformation, bad information, wrong information. Information is information, something that you just take in. Right. And I think what's going on today is that a lot of people lose how to find truth and what it means to be true. Right. Because it's a very slippery word. It's used so often, and it's used sometimes in ways that it's beneficial for the argument, but not necessarily for the truth of something, That's real. So,
do you make a distinction between fact and truth?
I would say that facts are truths. I mean, if it's a fact.
Well, because some people feel as though there's a subjective range that comes with truth. Like, you and I both could be looking at this car.
Wait, are you listening to me?
Yes.
Then that's the truth.
Well,
now, how you want?
Well, someone could say that I'm not responding to you accordingly, so it's not the truth. I'm not listening to you.
I mean, you hear the words coming out of my mouth. Okay, Chris Tucker. That's the truth. Are we breathing air? Yeah, we breathing air.
But some people would say that's okay. I guess what I'm getting at is, let me use this example. Okay. Like, we could be looking at a car.
I'm looking at a car. We both looking at. We're
both looking at this car. Okay. This car, in my color spectrum, is black.
Nah, I can't be in your.
Hold up. Okay. It looks okay. In my eyes, it looks black.
Gotcha. In your eyes, it looks black.
You look at it, it looks navy blue.
It looks blue to me.
Okay. The manufacturer says, actually, no, it's midnight black.
Okay, so it is black.
But what did you think it was? You thought it was a total different color.
That's what I thought it was, but I was wrong though.
Yeah, but I guess what I'm saying is,
even you said I was wrong because the manufacturer came back and said that this man is wrong. I was wrong. Something's wrong with my eyes. There's nothing wrong with the color. There's a truth that is there. It's empirical. We see it. It's empirical.
I'm glad you said empirical. Okay, right. And my thing is, I think people mistake truth for opinion. They kind of coalesce the two.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's truth is it's a slippery thing. Like I said, it's hard to come across. It's hard to know if you got there, and it's almost as if you could say, "Man, dude, just can't really know," because it becomes a philosophy. Right. And then but from my point of view, I think I find truth to be a slippery. Like I'm gonna go in circles with that, a slippery word, but it's something I think is honorable to try to search for.
Can never be obtained.
I think certain truths can be obtained, like I said, empirical truths. I think there are mathematical truths. Even I don't know if math is real or it's it explains the universe pretty good. But is it real? Did human make it up? And we can go into philosophies of that itself. Right. But I think in those concepts that there's truths in there, and we can point and say, hey, yeah, that's true. It has facts. It's true. Something that we can work off of. So yeah, I think it exists. Something has to be true. That's how I go with it.
I guess what I'm saying is. Our lingo for it may be different, but ultimately what I'm saying is there is a perception, and then there is just something that is ultimately real, right? Beyond your short-sightedness, beyond what you believe. Like there is an ultimate.
I think it is ultimate.
So when you say truth, that's how I define. What I'm getting at is.
There's an ultimate.
Yes.
Yes, I think it's an ultimate. I think our word in a way.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I think words are real. It's definitely it's a big net. Yeah. Because
definitely.
It's not as made correctly to kind of emote everything we want. Because if we got emotions, we could just turn our whole emotion. You feel everything. You know everything. We know how everybody feels, how everybody's thinking, but we have words to filter through our stuff. So if your words ain't up there, it's hard to. And when we talking about truth, there's some truths you just can't speak. You just got to experience, or you got to just be there. Like, or you
know what that sounds like?
What?
An argument some people make in favor of religion.
Okay.
You just pontificated it beautifully.
Okay, but at the end of the day, you got to have some type of data. You got to bring it in and say, hey, this is actually happening. Right. If this is happening, you can see a measurement of it happening. Then I think it should go into to the literature. Okay. And that's how I said because we even said that I didn't get my colors right. I thought it was blue. Right. You could be thinking something's going and it's not really going. It's just something that's very personal to you. Right. And that's not even to say that, like you said, with your
dialectical materialism.
It's not to say that what we understand as religion today may have been something 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 years ago, and what we think of it in 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 years may be different. Right. Because at the end of the day, just how we view our whatever we at here, this world, this realm, and how we decided to kind of make sense of it. Exactly. It's about so as simple as it goes. Some people say they see. Cause I believe in God because when I look outside and see them trees, see the sky, see the clouds, I say, hold on now. I know none of us has made that. Right. It came already pre-packaged. When I came out the womb, this was already here. And as far as we can go back with ourselves, it was as far as we know, it was here before we got here. Right. As a creature, as a being, as whatever you want to call ourselves. So it's like, we know we ain't the big creator. Right. At the very minimum, we ain't the big one. We can be the small one. We do this and do that. But we didn't make no Earth. We didn't make no solar system, no galaxies. We didn't make the idea for religion. The way our brain and the way our body work, we didn't make that up. We just got to take it and discover it. That's how we do it in science is discover.
But you know what? I think, and we've had this debate before. Like, how do I say it? I mean, essentially, I feel like science itself is in a perpetual flux. Like, what? You have species that develop